Hello, see you again with Brain Factor channel. This time we will discuss about the island in the Pacific where Prince Philip is God. Watch the video carefully and don't skip this video. And please help subscribe and like our channel. Thank you. The Respect once had thousands of followers under its wing. However, those numbers have significantly decreased and are now just in the few hundreds. In spite of the language, geographical, and cultural disparities between the two countries, the indigenous people of Tanna Island now revere Prince Philip as if he were a god. This is a man who is acknowledged as being a member of their group. He is said to be the offspring of a god who presides over the mountains and a warrior who came from the hills of the area to England. Why? In order to carry out the prophecy that a member of the tribe would leave the island in his true spiritual form and travel to other countries in search of a wife who had a powerful position. As the spiritual leader made his way forward, the rough seas drove him into the harsh coral reefs, which caused his dark skin to chafe and reveal the light skin that was underlying. It was expected of him that once he completed his journey successfully, he would return to his home in Tanna. Photos of Queen Elizabeth's husband posing with a one-of-a-kind club are being guarded by two different indigenous communities on the other side of the ocean from where the monarch of England sits on her throne in England. These are the villages of Yakul and Yonanan, located in the archipelago of Vanuatu in the South Pacific. For decades, the Duke of Edinburgh has been venerated as a god in both of these communities. The Respect once had thousands of followers under its wing. However, those numbers have significantly decreased and are now just in the few hundreds. In spite of the language, geographical, and cultural disparities between the two countries, the indigenous people of Tanna Island now revere Prince Philip as if he were a god. This is a man who is acknowledged as being a member of their group. He is said to be the offspring of a god who presides over the mountains and a warrior who came from the hills of the area to England. Why? In order to carry out the prophecy that a member of the tribe would leave the island in his true spiritual form and travel to other countries in search of a wife who had a powerful position. As the spiritual leader made his way forward, the rough seas drove him into the harsh coral reefs, which caused his dark skin to chafe and reveal the light skin that was underlying. It was expected of him that once he completed his journey successfully, he would return to his home in Tanna. The Duke, who ruled the United Kingdom alongside Queen Elizabeth until his death in 2021, appeared to be the personification of this Tanna custom in its purest form, or cultural customs. However, several different hypotheses have been presented to explain the reason why the tribes singled out the British ruler in particular. An anthropologist named Kirk Huffman, who has spent years conducting research in Vanuatu, theorizes that the spread of photos of Prince Philip beside the Queen throughout the country may have been the impetus for the Prince Philip movement. There is also the possibility that the attribution is an attempt by the tribals to reassert some semblance of power on their side by linking themselves to the leader of the British rule. This is an alternative interpretation of the phenomenon. The first signs of the movement appeared in the 1950s, but its visibility was greatly enhanced by a royal visit paid by the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh in 1974. At that time, Vanuatu was a part of the British Commonwealth and went by the name New Hebrides. It was also a colony of the United Kingdom. When the royal couple was sailing past the island of Tanna in that particular year, Prince Philip participated in a kava drinking ceremony without his wife's knowledge. In spite of his reputation for cultural apathy, he was soon discovered to have issued a directive requiring that an official photograph of him be delivered to a religious group in Tanna for the purpose of worship. The Duke of Edinburgh had officially acknowledged his old supporters, which was a highly improbable but still very genuine event. In addition to this, it was said that throughout the course of time, he and the villagers corresponded with one another via a number of letters and photographs. A gift that was given to the Duke by the various tribes was recorded in history not long after it occurred as a testimony that confirmed the rumors. It was a club known as the NALNAL, and its purpose was to beat pigs. A conference was called, and the British resident commissioner was invited to take the in circumstance, rather it was done out of sincere respect, which demanded evidence that their god had accepted the tribute. The club was given to the Duke in the United Kingdom, and a photograph of him holding it in his hands was taken and then transmitted back to Tana. This took place over a distance of thousands of miles. This image, along with all of the others, has been kept intact in the communities all the way up until the present day. Despite the fact that the respected entity has gone away, the responsibility of being the leader has been overwhelmingly given to Prince Charles, who is the revered entity's son. These men and women of the Navhal tribe are fluent in the Navhal language, which is a language that is spoken by around 4,500 people across the world. Their community has distanced itself from the follies of the contemporary world and has instead found solace in time-honored customs that date back around 3,000 years. Despite the fact that they are well connected to the rest of the world via air travel, they have maintained this separation. In the villages, you won't find modern attire or electrical equipment, but there is an abundance of opportunities to participate in cultural events. As soon as the locals learned that the prince had passed away, they immediately began to carry out elaborate ceremonies to mark the death of the bodily form of their spiritual god. As a potent form of expression of grief, dances and eulogies were given during the funeral service. The drinking of kava, which is regarded as a religious ritual, was the practice that was thought to be the most significant part of these traditions. This holy beverage acts as a conduit, allowing its consumers to travel beyond the realm of the tangible and establish contact with otherworldly beings. Because it is believed in the Melanesian countries, of which Vanuatu is a part, that the physical body is of little value, and that the spirit can in reality be reborn over the years to take on a new body, the concept that reincarnation occurs is prevalent in Vanuatu. It is assumed that the Duke would eventually make his way back to his homeland in Tana, but will he actually do so? Well, that's all for this video about the island in the Pacific where Prince Philip is God. Thank you for watching this video. If you want something to be corrected, please fill it in the comments column, okay? Don't forget to help subscribe, like and comment, so that we are even more excited to make other interesting videos. Bye.